Hi everybody, this is Lynn Serafin from Trentino Genealogy, and I'm speaking to you tonight from Trento. It is the 22nd of February 2019, Friday night, and I've been here since Monday night. This is my B&B. There's my desk up there with my computer. I actually have a bed propped up there because there were 3 beds and I couldn't get to my computer, so I just pushed the bed up against the gate there. So anyway, I've been working at the diocesan archives all week, and it's been really intense. Most of the trees, I've been working on 3 trees this week for 3 different clients, and most of them have been based in Val Giudicari. And I keep encountering different villages, and sometimes it's hard for me to remember where all the little tiny villages are. One of the trees actually also had some places in Rovereto, which is an area I hadn't researched quite as much. I've been there, but I hadn't done that much research, so I didn't know all the little localities in the area there. So anyway, the reason why I'm bringing all this up is that I always go book shopping every time I'm here in Trento, and this time I started buying books. I went to my favorite bookshop, which is, if I can, what is it called? Studio Biblioteca d'Adige, and it's not too very far from the archives, short walk away. And there's a lovely lady there named Monica, and she always helps me find what I'm looking for. And this time I was looking for a specific book that I saw in the archives, and it's a book on names of locations all around Trentino. So I just want to show you the book. This is the book that I went to find today. I actually bought 5 books. I'll show you those other books another day. It's called I nomi delle località abitate. So in other words, it means the names of dwelling places, locations. Località means locations, but it could mean villages, hamlets, very small places indeed. And you'll see the word toponomastica. Toponomastica means the study of the names of places, and it's not a word that we even use in English, but you see it all over in Italy. It's a very important study, actually, the study of names of places. So what this book does is it actually looks at the etymological, the roots of the words that the places come from, and or the roots of the names of the places, the root words, and also talks about the place themselves and the history of those places. Now, I'm just going to show it to you, just the contents and a couple of pages of it. Here's the index, and if you have a good look, you'll see that it lists all the valleys of Trentino, which is really cool. So it separates them into valleys. Now, what's even cooler is that if you go to a specific valley, now I was working on the Giudicari, and the Giudicari actually has 2 parts to it. It has the exterior and the interior part. And you'll see it's got a valley picture here of Giudicari Esteriore. And you'll see here Bleggio, Stenico, San Lorenzo, Vigolo Fiave. And I think the book is almost worth it just for the pictures of these valleys. I'll show you a couple of other ones. But then it talks about the name of the valley itself, the history of that, where it comes from, and different names of places. Now, I don't agree, actually, with some of the names of the places, because some of the places it talks about in Bleggio, I have a different take on what they are and where they are. What is very interesting, though, is that it says that Giudicari, for instance, and also many of these names are Longobards names. So I knew that the Longobards had lived in Bleggio. I knew that the parish church in Santa Croce del Bleggio was built on the foundation of an old Longobard church, but I didn't realize that actually the names themselves were of Longobard origin, many of them, which is really quite interesting. There was something I was going to show you, but I can't. Chilla, for instance, it's not even a village, it's a palace, it's a mazzo, it's a palazzo in Bleggio, and it mentions the person who actually built it, so it gives the origins of that place. And it says down here in the year, right here, in the year 1304, who came from Bohemia and stayed in the Giudicari, it says at Bo, was a Gian Maria Cilla, and he built a palace which was then called the Palazzo de Cilla, rather. It became a surname, and I'm descended from the people of Cilla. The thing is, though, he says here that the place Cilla, therefore, was originally called Bo, and I disagree, because there's a branch of the Cilla family who actually lived in Bo, which is actually Bono, which is a different frazione. So because this person here hasn't done the genealogy bit, they don't necessarily know that. So I think what actually happened is the family originally settled in Bono. Then they moved to Cilla, which isn't really, it's not right next to Bono. It's a bit of a jaunt. It's in the same parish, but it's not right next to it. And then they built the palace there. So you know what? Sometimes historians are great for certain things, but genealogy really tells you a lot, just as much, I think. Anyway, here's another map of the Interiore, and you can see all kinds of other places. See Ragoli, Pinzolo, Spiazzo, all these places, Tione, and as we move down, Storo, all kinds of cool places that I'm sure you recognize. Now, I'm just going to flip the map, flip to another part, because I know a lot of you have ancestors from Val d'Anon, for instance, and here it's got, look at all these places listed here. Now, it's just amazing. This book is worth the money just to have the map of all these places in all of these valleys. Isn't that something? I think it's brilliant. Anyway, so I'm just showing you that book again. It's called I Nomi delle Località Abitate, and it is by a woman named Giulia Mastrella Ancelotti. Fairly recent book. It was put out by the Provincial Archives, I believe, and I got a really good deal on it, and I'm really pleased with it. I'll show you my other books another day. Bye.